video product review of the ConairMAN. Now they sell a nose trimmer, ear trimmer, that strictly has this, and then they also sell one, oh, and it's got 3 levels that it's supposed to cut. I don't know how that works. I don't know. And then this one also comes with a little attachment, I guess, that does shaving. It's a detail shaver attachment. Looks microfine, so maybe you can use it on you-know-where and not get nicked. We'll find out in a minute, but I'm not going to show that on the video. So this thing is not cheap. How much did I pay for this thing? I paid 20 bucks for this. Most of the nose trimmers out there now sell for about like $8 to $12, $13. And I think if you're like me, you buy them. If you go to clean them, the piece falls on the floor, it breaks, or it snaps, or it just stops working, or the batteries corrode. If it's got the rechargeable batteries in there, after a while, these things just always break. So I figured this has got some really nice reviews. What are the reviews on it? It's got 13,000 reviews, 72%. Maybe it's going to be good, maybe not. I don't know. So why in the world did I get this? I'll tell you why. My last one broke a couple years ago. I'm using the scissors over the weekend. It's like the 3rd time in a row I get right by the corner and I'm trying to trim something and I go to snip it and it pierces the skin in my nostril and it just poured and poured and it hurt for days. And I said, that's it. No more. I can afford to spend money on something like this, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to see if it works. I'm assuming you can't return this. Let me see. What does it say? Sold by Amazon, secure transaction, return. In most cases, it may be returned. Yeah, that's only because it's sold and supported by Amazon. So, wow! I'm used to the really big round ones. Oh, that didn't sound right. I don't know if I should delete that. I'm used to the big nose trimmers that handle at least the AA batteries. This thing is skinny. This thing's really narrow. And the other thing that I didn't like about them, years ago, you used to be able to push this thing way up in your nostril and trim the hairs further up. And I know you're not supposed to trim all the hairs. You keep them there for safety, for filtering the air, for catching all the, those things that are that you pick out. So you're not supposed to trim the nose hairs that much. But you used to be able to get way up there. And then it got to the point where they had the round. Let's assume that this was the thing that was going in your nose over here. The cutters were down here, so you'd have to shove it way up, and you couldn't trim the nostril hairs way in there. This looks like it's a longer thing, and the cutters are on the ends, so that's probably going to work. I'm looking at this. What do we have here? Is that an on-off? Is this battery operated? I don't even know. And then we've got the little thing over here. We got a little sack. A sack with instructions. What does this use? Does it use, what does it say? Portable, powerful, cordless trimmer, 3 bevel edges, don't crack. I'm looking to see, does it say batteries? I don't really know if it uses batteries or not. 3 bevel edges, the shaver clean, I have yet to see anything. Hold on a minute. AA battery. And I'd rather use a AA battery, even though I just bought a whole package of AAA batteries. AA is going to last longer, and most of us now use AA batteries, and we don't use AAA unless the item's really small. So you got your on-off switch over here, I guess. And then you turn it over to the arrow, and you pull this. And you got a compartment for a battery. There's no battery in there. I'm going to go get a AA battery. The last trimmer I bought online, I did a video review, and I didn't have a new battery, so the thing wasn't cutting as well as it should, but it just ripped me and tore me apart, and I went, all right, this is going back, and I returned it. All right, so I'm assuming you put the positive, the little tip end in there first. Let's see, where's that arrow? Line the arrows up. I'll line that thing up with the arrow. How does it turn on? Oh! Well, I don't know what the heck this is. I guess this is, I don't know what the middle thing is. Okay, so Is this turning it on? How the heck do you turn this thing on? I just heard somebody outside my door. Was that Amazon? We all know 0 means off, 1 means on. That's off, that's on. Battery's probably dead. I'm gonna open this thing up. Did I put it in the wrong way? Maybe. Probably not a smart thing to be doing this. Well, okay, so it is backwards. That's kind of unusual. That's got a lot of power. I like the sound of that. You got this little knobber over here. Arrow. Turn it. Comes off. And you can put on the other piece. So I'm gonna use this right now. I'm not gonna show you my nose, but I'm gonna use this. And I'm gonna let you know what I think. I can find a mirror. That's the important thing. And then I'm gonna put on this little thing and we'll see what it does. You're gonna hear right away, because after I cut myself, I did not do anything. Ow. Oh, my nose is it's really sensitive right now. This thing is cooking. This thing is, I love it. Remember I was talking about the long knob and what the ones were shorter? This thing really gets way in there. It gets in the corner where I cut myself a couple days ago. Listen to it, you're gonna hear it cutting. Hear it doing the little, right there. That's trimming the hairs. It's not pulling, it's not catching. It's going way up the nostril, and that is what the older, or the latest purchases that I had didn't do. It didn't go up. It smells a little bit oily. Obviously, it's new. Let me look at my schnozzle and see what we're doing. It's really nice. It's very nice. And you're able to get into the front corner. You know, the front corner of your nose where all those hairs are that you can't really get. And I am very happy with this purchase. I'm using a mirror right now. I'm looking up the nostrils. This is doing a nice. I've got it by the ears. I don't like it by the ears because it's too loud. I think it's bad for your hearing. So I'm going to turn it off now. I'm going to turn this thing over here. This is the, what do they call it? The detailed shaver attachment. Now, I don't know why well, let's look at what this gives us. So that's for obviously the mustache or the beard, the sideburns, and then we've got this soft thing over here. Now, usually, something like this would be, if you put it in the wrong area, this thing could rip and pull and really hurt you. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this thing on here. You got this, let's turn this on. I got some hair over here. It's doing a really nice job. So, let's face it, all us guys, we get hair on our hands because we're doing things we shouldn't. And so you grow hair on your palms. This is doing a real nice job. Now, when you play guitar, I'm a kind of person, I don't really like hair on the knuckles. It's not pulling. It's definitely not pulling. It's not cutting anything. This cuts. This definitely cuts. I'm not really sure what this is, because it's not able to shave. I am back. Let me get some hair hanging off of there. So, you can use this for manscaping. You can use this for over here, for here. You can see it did a really nice job. There are other products that will do this a lot better, that are wider, that will just clean this up better. I've got some of them on my channel. I think it's the Morocco thing that I picked up from Costco. It's really good for this, and it's wider. But I just tried this on a manscaping thing, and I didn't cut my butt. It didn't sound right. I didn't cut my butt. I did not cut myself, but there's no guarantee that you're not going to rip yourself apart. So I would be very careful and cautious testing this out to see if it works. I used this for the manscaping, and this did absolutely nothing. This does nothing there, and it did nothing on the hand, and it did nothing on the knuckles, so I don't really know what it's for. This does work, but am I going to use that thing? No. Am I going to use this? Definitely. Was this worth the extra? This is 20 bucks. Was this worth it? I'll tell you, you put the scissors in your nostril and you cut yourself once, you're going to say, this is a disaster and I need to fix it. You do that 2 or 3 times like I did within a couple weeks, and you're going to say, enough already, I can't deal with this anymore. So I bought this, I was going to say the ConairMAN, the ConairMAN, and I think it's worth every penny. I love the power. I like that it does not rip or pull or yank. I love that it's got this nice long stem so that you're able to get up the schnozzle a little bit and really trim further up, and that's really hard to do. You get this, usually you have to use the scissors to get up there, and I know they're going to say you shouldn't do that, you need that for filtering, but come on, you look at the average guy nowadays, you look at the average male out there, he's got hair hanging out of their nostrils, it's nasty. So I'm happy I bought this. I will leave the affiliate link in the video description so you can click on it. This is one that is definitely not going to go back. This is one that is not going to be returned. And how do I decide if I like a product? If this thing breaks in the next 6 months, I will go out and buy another one. And I will consider that I got my money's worth. Because if something is good enough to make my life easier and better and safer and healthier, even if it breaks, it's worth replacing. I'd rather buy something that's good, that breaks, than to buy something that's a piece of junk that doesn't break and that hurts me and annoys me forever. The ConairMAN ear nose trimmer. I would buy it. I did buy it. You should buy it after you click on my link. Thanks for watching. See ya.